Welcome to Fashionably Spiritual, a space for modern, soul-led conversations and high-frequency living for the ever-evolving and empowered self. Host Nancy Muratalla is a dedicated international spiritual medium, healer, and mentor. Nancy is passionate about using her abilities to not only support others in their healing journey, but also to teach them how to connect with their inner spiritual selves. Host Jennifer Rose is an international spiritual medium, healer, channeler, mentor, and spiritual guide. She encourages others to live a purposeful and empowered life through the Know Thyself journey, conscious living, and the power of unconditional love. Full of candor, soulful insight, and feminine fierce, Fashionably Spiritual shines to guide you on your soul's journey of aligning and elevating, all while finding inspiration for your own unique spiritual expression and personal energetic style. Now, here are your hosts, Jennifer Rose and Nancy Muratalla.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fashionably Spiritual. Hi, Nancy.
Hello, you're looking beautiful and fabulous as ever. How are you, Miss Jennifer Rose?
Likewise. Thank you, Nancy. I'm doing well. It's been a nice day. How has your day been?
It's been absolutely gorgeous out. We definitely cannot complain in California. However, I do think it is going to get a little chillier, but our chilly is nothing to be compared.
I know we're going under 70 this week. Oh, no.
I got on a Zoom with somebody nearby and they were wearing like a parka ski jacket.
The other people in the rest of the country are literally like freezing their butts off. And they're like, really? You're complaining about being in the 60s Fahrenheit? And we're like, yeah, that's what's so cold.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys. It was like high 70s, low 80s last week. Even by the beach, we were so blessed. And I was just like, it makes a big difference in your mood. I'll just say that.
Oh, yeah. God, the sunshine really makes a big difference for a lot of people. That's for sure.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Gosh, we're back in January. So happy New Year to everyone. How's everyone doing tonight?
Yes. I see Joanne's here. Hello. Happy New Year. Lots of support there. Mandy as well. Hello.
Yes, Miss Kim Princess, our favorite.
Hello, Kim.
Friend. Hi, Kim.
That's our girl. Thank you.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey. He was saying earlier, Kelly, Nancy, and Jennifer, what could be better? So nice.
We love you, Jeffrey, so much. Hello, Mandy. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
How's everyone
Hi, Jennifer.
Doing? Oh, Jennifer McCormick. Hello.
That's love. It's 2 a.m. in the UK right now.
Wow.
That's love.
Wow. And that Jennifer McCormick's in the UK, correct?
Yeah. So it's 2 a.m. there. Yeah. That's definitely love.
Thank you. Girl. When do you get some sleep?
They don't sleep over there.
Right?
They drink tea and coffee. Hi, Michael Christopher. You have no temperature here. It's 0. And we're like, it's too cold. It's under 70.
And you guys actually volunteer to be in that weather? Like, I don't understand. Explain that to me.
We'd be so spoiled, I know.
Spoken like true Californians, huh?
That's true.
I'm from New York. Arnie. I haven't looked back once.
So, hi, Arnie. Can you imagine me like with my tank tops and everything that I like to wear? I mean, I feel uncomfortable with sleeves on right now. But I mean, can you just imagine me?
Well, that would look really pretty though. Like that's the only thing I do miss, like for the fashion part of it. Like in New York and other colder countries and states, like you can actually layer and look really pretty with your furs and stuff.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Beautiful stockings, all of that.
I have been doing that. I've been wearing the the tights and the boots and the mini skirt, and yeah. And then if you go in and it's warm, you can just take your coat off and have something lighter underneath. I have been
Yes.
doing that. Yes,
That does all
that has
sound
been
quite
fun.
beautiful, but guess what? So we picture all the beautiful clothing that you could wear in the cold weather, but guess what? As soon as you walk out, you got the snow on you, you got the wind messing up your hair, knocking off your fake eyelashes. I don't know. I don't know about any of that.
Hi, Evelyn.
Hey, Lynn, surf's up.
Yesterday was, I think, the warmest day. Sunday, yeah, it was really nice. It does get cold soon as the sun goes down. It gets cold, so it's still technically California winter, but spring is just around the corner. The time is changing soon. We're gonna have 3 weeks of weird time change because the UK doesn't change till the end of March, and we're the beginning of March or April or something like that. So we're gonna have like 3 weeks where we're 7 hours instead of 8. So that'll be interesting. So they're all chatting about the weather together.
I know.
Bring 60 days away.
Cozy together. It looks like I think Joanne said she's also she's in the UK as well. So thank you for allowing us into your sleep time. So thank you, Joanne.
Yeah. And hello, beautiful Lynn.
The funny thing is, Jennifer and the rest of the audience, I don't know how everyone's feeling, but I feel like the energy has been really significant lately, that I feel like when we got into the first week of January, like there was still a lot of heavy energy happening, where all of a sudden I feel like slowly it's lifting a little bit. And that could be my particular mindset, but I feel like it's more of a universal feeling where it actually feels, and that's why I kind of dress like, yay, happy new year. I feel like I've now entered into January finally. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, it is different. One of my other friends sent me a YouTube video. It was like an astrology video, and she was calling January like the time outside of time. Because there was some very unique placements of like Mars and Venus, both one side of the sun each, like an equal distance, and all these other weird placements too that just made it very unusual, and that's why it was feeling like not normal, like we're not feeling like ourselves, or you have those days where sometimes it feels like you're watching a movie. It's kind of like a little bit like that this month too. So it's definitely a month of transition. And then it should get a lot busier start February. So that's why I'm really trying to get all my ducks in a row as best I can.
A movie, I feel like it actually has been feeling like Groundhog Day, like literally the same day over and over and over, where it feels like it's feeling a little bit lighter and more positive. Like, we've talked about this before. This is supposed to be a very positive year for the majority of the astrological signs, or in general. This is supposed to be a very uplifting, positive year with changes, transformation, really good things on the horizon. So I'm curious to know, how's everyone else's beginning of the year? How has that been feeling for you, and how is it feeling now? Is it feeling a little bit lighter for you?
Yeah, that's great. And I see Michael Zinn is here. Evelyn is here. How's our MZ doing? Nita? The energy, Jen, still very intense. Hard to ground. Yeah.
Yeah, agree with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yes. I saw pictures of that. The Aurora Boreal. I saw pictures of that too. The sky's incredible. Doesn't that bring you into wonder, the majesticness of all of that? And it just brings you into wonder that we're part of something so magnificent beyond our comprehension. And like we are that. We're part of that. Yeah. Holy cow, the Sacred Spiral Network is off the charts today. I know, right, Michael?
A lot going on this Monday.
A lot of shows. You think of Kelly in the back running all of these shows. That girl, she's Superwoman.
I'm just picturing her like Octopus Woman right now. Like she's in the back room, like she's doing all the controls and she's moving everything about. Absolutely.
High labyrinthian criterion. A lot of portals, planetary placements, and solar storms. Yeah. It's very switchy. One day it feels like this, and then the next day it feels like this. And so we're going to be experiencing, a little bit of mood shifts and self shifts.
Yeah. Michael says he feels the energy beginning to lighten up. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's lightening up a little bit, but I also feel like I personally feel like I have a little bit more clarity that I did not have. I feel like I have a little bit more clarity, and I feel like I'm trying to do things better. And I also am feeling like I'm being very intentional. Like I'm very consciously being intentional, which is very rare
Excellent.
for me because normally I feel like I'm out of body all the time, but I feel
That's good.
very in body and very intentional right now.
Sorry.
What did I say? In my body.
Sorry. Did you see what Kelly was octopus? This is the
Oh Lord.
this has been a dragged out joke for weeks. Oh my god.
We promise we're just drinking coffee. Scout's honor.
Yeah, once I start laughing, I can't stop. But it's nothing better than a woman who's smiling and laughing. If you can make a woman smile and laugh,
Oh, golden.
Golden. That's the best ever. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Valencia. Hello, my new year so far had been great, but thanking God because Monday somebody was trying to abduct me. I got away. Oh my.
Wow. Valencia.
That sounds not okay.
Wow.
Oh wow. So sorry to hear that. Wow.
That's interesting because may I ask what you did to get away? Like if you don't want to share, that's perfectly okay. But I just read an article about something like that today in Media Magazine. And it was talking about basically, if you're in a situation like that, what do you do? Like, is the best thing to run away? Is the best thing to just try to be quiet, walk faster? So the lady is basically saying, like, you're in a park and it's daylight, and then some unsavory characters are coming to get at you. And it's like, what do you do? And she's like, first of all, feminine rage that I have to even worry about my safety, in the middle of broad daylight. She's like, and feminine rage that I have to sit there and hold my keys in my hand, in case I have to do this, right? And in this particular case, she decided to actually kind of like go confront them, like really angry with her dog, like I'm going to da, so that it could short circuit the brain of the people who were doing that so that they would just get startled because who they typically want to go after is anybody who's looking insecure with insecure body language and things like that too. So it's like, I found this article like really, really interesting as I watch it. So there are so many different elements to how let's see what she says. I walk every day and this person I've been seeing off and on out in the park where I live was kind of suspicious, but often he would talk to me, but then at times he wouldn't come. So he started back coming last week and waited for me at the back of his car, didn't go around the trail at all and was waiting for me to get to my car. He came behind me and so you ran to the post office. Okay. So that was the perfect choice for you. Yeah.
I am a real advocate of, I watch, I listen to crime podcasts all the time and make noise. I mean, absolutely. Like, even if I've had many situations where I feel like I've been followed at a store and we tend to be really secretive about it. Like we don't want to make a scene.
Yeah.
Are you following me? Why are you following me? Is there something that you need? Because other people are going to hear that and it's going to scare them off. So again, depending on your surroundings and what happens, me personally, I'm going to.
Sometimes being angry, you have to feel out every different situation, but sometimes getting angry and scary and loud is a good choice. Making your eyes really big is a good choice because these will all surprise the other person, the attacker person, and and give you a chance to get away or make them leave you alone kind of thing too. So it's like,
even if you're wrong, so what?
Yeah.
It's better to be safe than sorry, even if they were maybe just coming to
Yeah.
ask you a question.
Yeah. So this is when our feminine politeness is not healthy for us. Sometimes you have to do something differently. So there's different ways to handle different situations. But the important thing is that she's safe. So that's good. But that is a thing. Yeah. We have a right to be angry about that. We have to be so concerned about our safety in broad daylight. Like we have a right to be angry about that. That's important. Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but we do have to be street smart no matter where we are.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be mindful. We need to be looking around us. It's just unfortunately the things that we do need to do for ourselves.
Yeah. And ladies, learn to carry yourself with an energy that says, don't F with me, really push your energy out, walk tall and straight, like you own the place, like you own that park or wherever, that store, that parking lot, wherever you are. And men, protect your women, please. Like really, that's the time where we need them to like really pull that out of there. And everybody protect each other, call each other on the phones, pretend like you're calling and somebody is on their way to get you if you have to. So we have to like find those things to do that. Evelyn is saying, pretend they're a bear, scream and yell. Yeah. So, well, that's what we're talking. We're like, what are we going to talk about? Now we're talking about safety.
That's a similar thing happened to me where I had pulled into a parking lot and I sensed something was off, but I parked anyway. And I proceeded to go into the store. But something told me when I walked out, I was supposed to crouch down and look underneath my car because I parked right next to the entrance. And the guy who was parked next to me was squatted down by my car waiting for me because I ran back in and I got security and then he peeled out as soon as I walked out with somebody. So always follow your gut. If something feels off, it's probably off.
Yeah, absolutely. Kim is saying, been followed more than once and have had tactics to share. I say loud, what are the cops doing over there? Or I pretend to be on the phone and say, Dad, I see you in your car across the street. I'm here. It's very smart. Good job, Kim.
Very smart.
Yeah. And so this is what we're talking, but this is important. We need safety, to all protect each other. So this is us working together for common good to be safety. Kelly's saying programming our energy is so real for dangerous situations. So a very practical, like 3D application for really learning to understand and manage your energy, learning to push your energy out, project it out. Just as you would, I would teach my beginning empaths, like how do you walk into a store where you feel overwhelmed with energy? You push your energy out, you make it big. You don't go like this because that actually pulls it towards you. You make it big and you walk in like you own the place, right? It changes the dynamics. It changes how people respond to you, right? You would do this in any social situation or if you're going into a work situation too, right? But think about this as a safety thing. Somebody's going to read that energy and not want to mess with you. If an unscrupulous person or an attacking type of person is not going to want to mess with you if you put your energy out. And certainly use this common sense too. Don't go in an elevator with somebody you don't know at night. Things like that. Don't park next to vans. Don't do those things. Yeah. So we all gotta look out for each other. Yeah. Any other tips anyone's sharing?
And also don't be fooled day or night. Like things happen no matter what time of the day it is. I think at night it's easier for it to be hidden, where maybe you can't see ahead of time, but obviously things happen at all hours of the day.
If you feel uncomfortable, choose your safety over politeness, even if you're wrong, right? So and this is another issue, is we're so taught as women to be polite that we'll put ourselves in dangerous situations because we're too afraid to say anything or speak up. We need that. No, none of that. No. We're not doing that starting now, kids.
Make a scene. Absolutely. Make a scene. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Aloha, Miss Vivian. How are you?
Another quick little thing that I also wanted to share is that I think we also, if we have like little kids with us or even like babies that go in car seats or toddlers, we feel like maybe we're safe because we, have children with us. It's actually just the opposite because you're so distracted by getting the little ones in their car seat. Anybody can come up behind you, steal your purse or even worse. So be mindful of that too when you're trying to get your kids, secured in the car. Like, be quick and have your eyeballs everywhere.
Yeah. Keep your eyes on your surroundings. I know and we have a right to be angry that we have to do all of these things, but we do. So it's just common sense, and look out for each other. And I did want to say to Valencia, she's saying she's having some panic attacks. So absolutely, if we could all send her some love and some prayers. And if you're able to get some support for that, that would be great for you, because that's a scary situation to be in. So of course that's going to be traumatizing. So I hope that you can find somebody to give you some support for that as you're moving through your healing process with that too. And I'm so happy that you're safe. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. And it's also unfortunate that you're probably, at least not for a while, going to feel safe even going back to an area that maybe that was your place that you would go to. Do what you need to do, but it's just unfortunate that people can ruin and really affect our nervous and our safety. But it really happens. It's real life stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I lock the doors too. As soon as I get in my car, I lock the doors.
I want to thank Valencia too for sharing so honestly with all of us, because you've actually you literally opened a door for a conversation that could help somebody in the future or save somebody's life in the future. So you've had an opportunity by sharing your vulnerability and your openness to potentially save somebody else here tonight. So thank you for that. So see, you're our hero tonight. See,
yes,
look at that.
And don't be discreet. Make a scene. If you're in the grocery store, you're in a store, make a scene. I all my experiences where I felt like somebody was following me, I was very discreet about it. I didn't know, what I should say, what I should do. And I quietly would go up to somebody that is security. I would do it totally differently.
Yeah, I agree. Vivian is saying have a code word with family that your family knows that you are in trouble.
That's a great idea.
It's a great idea. Yeah.
Yep.
Great idea.
Not that, I mean, I do this all the time. And then I always wonder, like, what are they going to do? Like, if I'm by myself and I'm walking through a parking lot to get somewhere or get back to my car, I usually have my son or my husband on the phone with me. So at least they know exactly where I'm at, what's happening, and they can hear everything that's going on. And also at a very young age, I also taught my son, do not mess around in a parking lot. You hurry up, you get in the car and you so we can shut the door. You get in as quickly as you can. So sometimes when I'm lollygagging, he now tells me, quit messing around, Mom, get in the car, hurry
up. Then you're like, I've taught you well. Excellent. Good job. It reminds me, I was at one of my meditation circles with friends that I go to on a regular basis, and I was driving home and they were doing construction at night, so I left too late. And so when they're doing construction on the freeway, they'll shut down a bunch of lanes. So what should have been less than an hour drive home turned into like close to 3 hours. Wow. We're talking, I didn't get home till like after 1 a.m. Kelly stayed on the phone with me the entire time. Yeah. So that's love. Thank you, Kelly. It was several months ago. Yeah. And that was really nice to have somebody to do that for me and with me, because it, kept me from falling asleep, or, I wouldn't have fallen asleep, but you know what I mean? It kept me safer and it kept me more comfortable, because it was not easy to be stuck in that so late at night. We were both tired. We both passed out when we got home. But so thank you, Kelly. I love you. Hi, Alethea. How you doing? Hi, Nancy.
It'll take you a little while, Valencia, to kind of recatch your breath. If you do start getting any kind of panic attacks in the car, obviously, if you don't already know the technique of like breathing, kind of reprogramming your brain that you are in a safe place, that everything is okay. That really can mess us up for a while when, something that close happens and you can doubt all of your surroundings that are around you. Sometimes I even ask myself, why am I constantly listening to crime podcasts? Because I actually feel like it's made me a little bit more paranoid. But at the end of the day, I think it's taught me more than the paranoia. So I actually really enjoy it because it's good food for thought.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. Vivian's
Great.
like, thank you,
Wow.
Kelly. EFT tapping for PTSD. That's really, and the breathing and literally the affirmation, I am safe, you are safe, talking to yourself, self-talk. I do a lot of self-talk, like, and talking to the more vulnerable parts of myself too. So because that's my awareness, that's my higher conscious awareness, making contact with the more vulnerable parts of me so that they feel seen and held and safe. Yeah, that
Yeah.
helps a lot too.
I don't know if this is an approved technique or not, but I used to get, panic attacks. I used to get anxiety attacks while driving, which I still do from time to time. But I used to phone a friend, kind of similar to what Jennifer did. I used to phone a friend to just talk about something else, and it distracted me about what I was feeling, and that also helped. So again, not an improved technique, but it worked for me. I didn't want to talk about anything heavy, and I never called my husband during those times because I knew we were going to talk about other things that might even stress me out more. So I always called a friend where we just talked about nonsense, and it like totally changed my mindset and got me
it gets you back in your body. Yeah, it gets you back in your body. Absolutely. Talking is always really helpful. Sometimes it's like looking for things like, look around your room. Can you find, 5 blue things, and what does your shirt feel like literally feeling it so that you're doing tactile sensory things. And that helps to kind of get you back grounded in your body as well. Breathing, so we can get into the parasympathetic nervous system, the long, slow breaths, long, slow inhales, long, slow exhales, and that will help you get back into your rest and relaxation mode versus fight flight. You and Lynn have that in common too. But when we're in panic mode, we're in our the rear part of our brain, back in the amygdala here too, and that's fight, flight, freeze, fawn. So we want to get back into our more logical thinking mind too, so that we can then be able to make good decisions about what's the best strategy for that too. EFT is emotional freedom technique, and so people will do tapping. You can learn how to do tapping on different parts of the body, and it helps to uh, shift your nervous system response too. So there's lots of stuff out there on that too. You can look it up too. Jeffrey's saying misogyny as well as racism are big in our culture these days. Great discussion. So yeah, we spoke a little bit about that earlier with Karen.
Yeah.
For MLK, for Martin Luther King Day. Yeah. That's.
Which again, happy MLK Day as well. And, he was a big reminder about, I know this is a little bit off what we currently were talking about choosing courage and compassion, especially when it's uncomfortable, to stand up for fairness and dignity for all. When we have the opportunity to do that, we should do that. That's an incredible thing to do. And, I talked a little bit about in a recent posting about unprocessed pain. And there's so many people that are going through that. And we feel the brunt of that, in conversations, in maybe the way that they speak to us. But it's not ours to take. It's typically not ours to take at all. So we do need to be mindful when we are starting to receive stuff like that, to be able to set our boundaries with that as well.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Thank you, Nancy. Hello, Rose from Scotland. How are you? Love your name.
Yes, beautiful. I think Steve, welcome.
Hi,
Steven.
Carolyn. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Carolyn. Carolyn's recommending Nick Ortner as a great video for EFT tapping. Thank you, Carolyn. See, look, we're all helping each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, Scotland. Wow, Rose. Okay.
Beautiful. Hi, Lisa Marie. How you doing?
Yeah, those are all really
Yeah.
great recommendations. Like anxiety, panic attacks, those are like real big things that a lot of people don't talk about that silently suffer through them. And, more often than not, from what I've been trying to understand about anxiety is, we're thinking about everything that could go wrong. We're also thinking about things in the future. So if we could just take a moment to step back, number one, ask yourself, what if it does work out, versus everything that could go wrong. And I think Mel Robbins talks a lot about that. What if it
Yeah.
goes okay? What if I'm having a panic attack about getting on this plane, but I get to my destination and everything is okay?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like mind over matter. Like we work ourselves up into a tizzy and we have
Hmm.
these full blown anxiety and panic attacks.
Yeah.
One
This
day,
is yeah, I agree, Nancy. And this is where we learned to practice awareness, embodiment, being centered. These are all, practices of, being in the moment. And those help a lot because they help the nervous system to learn to adapt and to stay in a mode that is more preferable for all of us too. So um, getting comfortable with change as well. And so change will happen. I would say change is going to happen anyways. So you can take it upon yourself to change first so that it doesn't necessarily all have to happen upon you, if that makes sense. So take moments to try new things and to step out of your comfort zone. And that will teach your nervous system, your ego, whatever you would like to call it, to adapt to change and to know that you're not going to die if this happens or that happens. Because the personality mind, or the ego as we call it, sometimes has this well, not sometimes, quite often or most of the time, has this sort of automatic response. So it's not, I say that because it's not wrong, of fear of annihilation. So when we feel our belief systems being challenged, or we're going through a growth phase and old beliefs or even old parts of self are transforming, there's this fear of annihilation that kind of happens when we go through this sort of panic attacks and dark nights of the soul and depressions and things like that, right? Too. But we can teach that part that like change is always going to happen anyways, but we I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, take initiative and bring forth change. And that way there's a good chance that it's not going to be so intrusive later down the road, if we're making that effort to know, like, oh, we can do something different, we can eat something different, we can go somewhere different, we can take a different route, we can try
yeah,
something out of our comfort zone that we would normally feel scared to do. And that opens up a whole new way of living for us.
absolutely.
Because we're going to put ourselves in this container and feel so trapped if we don't. And I think the universe will come in and try to pull you out of it if you don't want to do the work to get yourself out, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So I personally would rather do the work instead of like
Uh, Joanne, I wanna address her comment here. So Joanne Leach, you said that's what I suffer from since I lost my mom.
Yeah.
I want to just talk about that for a moment because that same exact thing happened to me. Now, again, I'm not a doctor, so medically take this with a grain of salt, but I want to just give you my experience with this. So, when my mother was in the hospital, and at the time I didn't know she was dying, um, my panic attacks and my anxiety attacks while driving kicked in like really bad. I had a full car of family in my car. I was the driver and I felt like I was losing my shit. Like I literally freaked out. And I realized later on that what often happens when you are get to the point where they actually are visibly happening, like you feel them actually happening, it's almost like there's a bubble over going on. So is it because of that? Not necessarily. Is it become an accumulation of many things, and that one thing just brought it to the overboiled over the pot? Yes. And, the grief, the loss of our loved ones, all of that is enough to trigger that reaction in our body, because again, we can't control it. Okay. So our body literally goes into just whatever panic, freak out mode. But that is exactly when I started having my panic attacks, when I lost my mom, and they lasted for several years. I was to the point where I was white knuckling it when I was trying to drive, and I got stiff in the steering wheel. I couldn't turn to get off the freeway. I couldn't do anything. By the time I was finally made it to a safe place, I would just sit in my car and I would cry that I have to drive. Like, what am I going to do if I can't drive anymore? Like, what's happening here? And it took a lot of stuff to get me to be okay again. But that's exactly when my anxiety panic attack started, is right when I lost my mom in 2014. So I understand, Joanne. There are things you can do to help yourself.
Yeah. And please consider counseling or coaching, grief therapy, grief support, because that could be very beneficial for you as well, since we're not doctors here or therapists, but we're just trying to help where we can too. But please consider gifting yourself with that, because you deserve to have support for that. I'm so sorry for the loss of your mom. And from a psychology standpoint, even though I'm not a psychologist, but I love studying it, the loss of your mother is like, your mother is the symbol of safety and nurturing for most people, right? And so it's like, when your mother goes to spirit, even though we know as mediums that our mothers are still with us in a different way, but still not having them here, that feeling of the bond of security and comfort and nurturing that they give us, who are we without them, right? So that could definitely create feelings of unsafety and insecurity within us too. And then we have to put the pieces back and figure out who we are without them, the way that we know them to be or had them before too. And that's a journey in itself. That's a journey of self-discovery too. And some of you are sharing some very vulnerable things over in the chat here. So I just want to say, I love you. I see you too. And thank you for honoring us with this discussion.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's rough. It's real stuff that happens to us, and it's not comfortable. And you could really feel like, what is happening to me? Have I lost my mind? What's going on here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can go through profound transformation when these things happen in our lives, spiritually speaking as well too. It's like, these are the things that can crack us open to our higher spiritual self, to our higher spiritual gifts. There are gifts in this too, but it's a very difficult process, because it feels like, these are what we would call like castle moments, tower moments, these great paradigm shifts of everything as you thought it was is now no more. And you have to kind of figure out who you are now as a spiritual being. And then we can go through these dark nights of the soul with, a lot of depression and darkness and things like that too. A lot of ideas and beliefs to confront as well too. It really helps to have support for that too. Spiritual support, psychological support, physiological support as well. And everybody deserves to give that to themselves. We are not meant to do all of this alone. No one can do it all for us. We have to take the initiative. We have to take the steps to recovery, repair, restoration, and moving towards living a free, vibrant, happy, healthy life. But we don't have to do it alone. I've been through some hard things, maybe not as hard as what some of you are describing here in the chat, but I had so many people who were there with me, and everyone had a different little part to play in the help that they gave me. I needed help with this. I needed help with this. And then some of it was just a lot of just emotional support as well. I'm like, it was a village. I was so lucky. But I also received it. And I had to move from, and I remember you saying to me, Nancy, years ago, you're Jennifer, you're always there for all of us. And just know if you ever need us, we're there for you too. And so I remember that and I believed you, and so that's, so yes. Perfect, Joanne. You're seeing a counselor. Perfect.
And
Your
it's
mom
going to
was the
look
one.
different. It's going to look different for everyone. What may work for someone may not work for somebody else, or it may not make you feel any different. I will tell you, I have seen miracles happen. My sister lost her husband a couple of years ago, and I didn't even think she was going to be able to get up in the morning ever again. Like, she was just not okay. And she started going to grief counseling, and this beautiful village got created for her. She kept on saying, where are all my friends? Like, they were there, at the funeral, they were there. Like, do you need anything? And then they stopped showing up, because I think people get uncomfortable because they don't know how to help. They don't know what to say. And honestly, you don't really need to say and do anything. Just let them know you're there. But she went outside of her friends and created this whole other commonality with this grief support group. And that's just an example, right? And she's happy. She finds joy again. Doesn't mean she doesn't miss her husband. Doesn't mean she doesn't still cry at night. But I've seen the help and the hope it could give someone. It's quite beautiful. Yeah. Honestly,
it's profound transformation can come out of our traumas and our difficult circumstances and events that we have to go through. You just got to take the step through the door. You got to be willing. The door will open, but all you got to do is take the step across the threshold.
And you need people.
Yeah.
We need, as human beings, we need other people.
Oh my gosh.
We need the hugs. We need all of it.
We need hugs. We're pack animals. We're like puppies. We're not solitary creatures, it just is. We are biological beings too. So spiritually, we need each other. You're absolutely right, Nancy. So thank you for saying that. And we come from a culture that's very pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and it's not wrong, but it's also like, sometimes you need a hand in the dark too. It's both. We have to help each other, but that's very puritanical values, very like, don't ask for help, don't need anything, don't show your feelings. Like, this goes, way back in our culture. It doesn't always work the best, and it's not always get a grip, pull yourself together. Sometimes it's be willing to ask for help and accept it, and then do the work that you need to get yourself back on your feet again. It's a combination of both too. So, because sometimes you just can't. Your nervous system is so fried, you just can't. You can't pull yourself by your bootstraps. There's no boots left anymore. So, gosh. Thank you, Vivian. Vivian is a psychiatrist, and she says grief is real. Condolences for the loss of your mother.
Well, it affects your entire body. Absolutely.
Yeah. Jennifer lost her mother on the 26th. Yesterday was 8 years since her aneurysm ruptured, and she was on life support for, oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's been 11 years with my mom. And I just also want to give a little bit of love to Diane. With each loss in my life, I cracked open a little. But the biggest awakening of all was the loss of my beautiful husband a year ago. Sending you so much love, Diane.
Yeah.
So hard losing the people that we love. It's so hard. We want them here in the physical sense. It's so hard.
Yeah, especially your beloved. Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. If everyone can, please send Diane some love.
Yeah. That looks like a picture of her and her husband, if I've got that right, and her little profile photo too. Hi, Stephen. Stephen was sharing about himself as well and all the trauma that he's been through. And I hope that your journey has been a good one for you and your recovery too. So he's saying, I agree. survivor, multiple attempts of murder and rape survivor, CPTSD and other disabilities, night terrors, flashbacks, but I'm learning to try to control my dreams. So you're on the road. You're on the road to recovery. So thank you for sharing, because your story is like many others too. So you're this stuff is very real, and if we don't talk about it, how do we heal from it? How do we get better? So thank you for being here and allowing us to give you love and support for you too. So I hope that
people feel isolated and they feel alone.
Yeah. And if we don't talk, we don't share, like holding all of that in, I've learned spiritually from a, really transformational level that to move energy and to evolve and to change, we have to look at it. We have to be willing to say what it is and look at it honestly, truthfully. And we get uncomfortable with some of the words that are the truth. And we use other words to try to make it, a little easier for us to handle. And I understand how sensitive we are, but the truth is the truth. Yeah. And when we unbury the bones, we heal the energy. That's how the energy moves. So we do this work internally too, within ourselves. We do this soul excavation within ourselves, and we move that energy. And then, but we do that for others too. And one of the examples I've used before is in Canada, they uncovered some burial sites. And I know this is sad, everybody, but it's deep and transformative work that we're talking about here. And I can feel spirit with us. So we're in this very healing container. So know if you're here with us, we're all healing together. And in Canada, they found these burial sites with children that were Native American to their land and had been taken to assimilate in the like schools, religious schools. And so, they would not let them speak their language, cut their hair and things like that. But all of these children had passed away and they'd just been and so they uncovered them. And then the Pope came and apologized and recognized how wrong this was, to give healing to the families, to give healing to the people. And I was so impressed by this and I'm getting chills and I'm very emotional because I know spirits here as well. I was so impressed by this because I understood that by literally unburying the bones, we told their story. Their story got to be told, and that gives healing to up in both worlds. Even though I know the spirit world to be a transcendent and holy space of oneness, you can still up the frequency by giving healing to it and here, because the two worlds are still interconnected. So yeah, we love you, Diane. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Diane.
What a beautiful evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Stephen.
I think Kay Weezy recently lost someone as well. And he talks about, losing his loved one, how it's changed him so much. It does. And, if we think about it, when our loved ones are here, it's not going to be the same when they're gone. And why would it be? Why would we want it to be? All that we can do is hold on to the memories. Life is going to feel different. Doesn't mean they don't want us to still have joy and happiness and get up every day. And hopefully we can get to a place within our grief process that we can turn this loss into a memory of love and happiness, even just talking about them, making their favorite recipe, doing something that would honor them.
They love it. They love it. Yeah.
We are just, they're so happy to see that from above. They are so overjoyed to see us being happy again.
Yeah, absolutely. And they love it when we do those things for them. Evelyn's saying Kay Weezy lost his grandmother too. So love to him going through that process too. And even as mediums, we know we're not going to be like, oh, why are you worried about them? They're in spirit. They're fine. We don't do that because we know we miss our loved ones too. We want them here too. I think about the future, like what's it going to be like when this person, because I know they're older than me, goes. It freaks me out. It really does. And
same with our fur babies, Kim. I'm
yeah,
so sorry to hear about Lucy.
yeah, I know.
Those are our
Kim,
babies.
I sent you a picture because I talked to Kim about Lucy. I was on the road and I saw a license plate that said Big Lucy, and I was like, "That's Kim's Lucy." So I sent you the picture when you have a chance to go look for it too. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I just knew it." I was like, "Her puppy's okay."
I also have a Lucy over the Rainbow Bridge as well. That was a little dog of mine. So,
aw, it's a good name. Yeah.
Lots of love, Kim, on that. Absolutely.
Sometimes we miss our pets more than our humans, and it's just because they're like our children. And the level of unconditional they love that they had for us it's a bond like no other. And I know my grandparents, it's like they got to live a long life, so it was a little bit easier for me to move through that grief. But my pets, oh my god, I still cry. Just
and they get a much shorter life too.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. So because it's like losing a child, and I know they're not exactly like a human child, but to a lot of people they are. It's that kind of bond. So I get it. They're your baby.
They are.
So
there are people. They're so much to us. You know.
Kim is saying she's got the chills. My Lucy. Aw. That's it. That's the spirit chills. So it's lovely when we get these signs and synchronicities. And this is a year of miracles. So we've been talking about some difficult things, but it's important. And but I've heard that 2026 really is a year of miracles. So just imagine. So this is a good time to put our wouldn't it be nice? And what if this happened? And how about we create this? And what could we do to lay the foundation for this? And really, this is dream time. This is create time. So do something in your artsy flow, whatever is creative for you, even if it's drawing stick figures, like that's creative, whatever it is, playing hairstyles, with your fashion. There's all kinds of ways to be creative. It's a really good way to get into the flow of how you want your future to be for you too. So
and lay the foundation. Jennifer, I think you recently talked about, like, we do still need to take action. It's not going to just show up and knock on our door. I mean, that would be great. I wish it would, but we still have to, take action in what we are trying to manifest. And don't forget, when we talk about miracles, like, don't forget we're all miracles too. Like, it really happens. Okay.
Yeah.
It's real.
Exactly. Each and every one of us is an effing miracle. There we go. Think about it. We're made of stardust. We're magic. Look at that. That's so cool. But I get home sometimes. Like yesterday, I got home. It was like 7 o'clock. I was out for the afternoon. I was very tired because I didn't sleep enough the night before. I still stayed up 2-3 more hours working and getting some things done that need to be done, like getting, posting for the show and things like that. But I did it because I was being responsible and I was thinking ahead for my future. So yes, I could have gifted myself with rest and a TV show, but I made that choice to invest in myself in that way too. And then I feel good. And then it's like one less thing I have to do the next day too. You know what I mean? So I felt good about making that choice for myself. So because I'm invested in myself, I'm invested in my future, and I know I'm helping a lot of people. So it was all worth it. And it was worth it to work through a little bit of fatigue. So yes, dream big.
I love that. And it's also good, just a side note, to have friends that push you a little bit or send you a text message in the morning to remind you to do something. Like, that is always super helpful. And I love that. I might not push myself enough. The village,
me?
army.
Who, me? It's like Kelly gets this one, Nancy gets this
I
one.
know. You guys are fantastic.
But you would all do it, and all do it for me too. So it's all good.
I mean, Kelly and Jennifer have been the biggest blessings in my life in so many different ways. And even Kelly, like she said, you're getting a website. And I'm like, no. It's happening. Okay. So I'm getting a website.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Shout out to Lori Smith. She's in addition to being a fabulous medium, she also is really great with tech. So she's been helping me. She's taken over my long non-ending website too, and so it's finally almost done. We finally figured out at the very end, we were trying to fix a couple of things. We figured out that the person who worked on it previously did some things that made it hard to change, like not on purpose, but it was just how she did her thing, And so we had to go back in, and so ended up being like a little bit more. But so shout out the steadfastness that she's got. she's committed. She's like, I love her so much. So if anyone needs a website, look up Laurie Smith. In addition, she also is a fabulous medium as well.
She does so many things. She's a magazine editor, writer.
She's the Edify Your Soul magazine creator and editor as well too. Absolutely,
her bio is just as long as yours is, Jennifer.
Yeah, right. So, hey, KWZ, we were honoring your grandmother a few minutes ago. So thank you for showing up. I'm happy to hear that you're still going with your dream of music there too. And so I'm so happy you're getting your website, Nancy.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. Yeah,
it's going to be so fabulous. I'm so happy for you. It's time. It's absolutely time.
It's divine timing.
It's going to be so good. I'm so happy.
I know. Jennifer McCormick. I know it's overdue. I just keep hearing, if you build it, they will come.
That's exactly true. You never have to worry about that. It's just like, if I build it, they will come. Just so anything that we're doing, it's so true. That's very biblical, but it's absolutely true. And so it's the faith. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So absolutely. And Evelyn, unconditional. I love. I missed my dog and felt her on the bed the other day. Aw, I know.
It's beautiful.
I think somebody had made a comment, and Stephen, thank you. I'm sure we've all gone through grief, and it goes through its cycles of many different shapes, forms, what it feels like, what it looks like. I will say for me personally, even though, I think there's a number of like grief processes you go through, and you can just skip around, go back to 1, go back to 3, then you go back to 1, you go back then to 2. I still do that after all of these years, but I think I'm finally in a place where I can talk about them. I can share the memories, and it feels really good. But you don't get there overnight like that. You just don't. It hurts.
It takes time. Yeah, it takes time. I don't think you ever fully arrive at this place. We learn to hold our grief and our joy of living at the same time. And if grief can help us to understand how beautiful life is and make us live it better, then we've utilized that experience really well. Mm-hmm. And that would honor our loved ones as well, to really choose to live our life to the fullest. There's kind of living, and then there's really living, and seeing, and it's short. It's really short. So it's like, tell people that you love them, give them a hug, reach out, let them know that you're there, that you're thinking of them. Those little things can make just such a huge difference. So thank you, Nancy, too. And there's grace too in letting yourself take your process to heal. We want to heal fast, and other people want us to heal fast so that we can go back to being the way we were. Like that's a thing. We're never going to be the way we were. We're not. We're gonna grow and change. Yeah, we're gonna grow and change, and so we have to give ourselves grace. And if you're going through something medical, it can take time to heal. Even after you've fixed the problem, it can still take time to recover fully, and that's okay. that's okay too. Yeah.
And outsiders might think, oh gosh, they're still in the grief stage. Like, when are they going to be over that? Like, that's not a thing. Like, that's not a thing. Like, well, grief is going to look like on you, whatever it looks like on you. There's no time. There's no magic button or pill that you're going to take that's going to get you to a place of pure joy of, no, it doesn't work like that. And people just get uncomfortable because they want to fix you. They want to fix things. They want you to be happy. We want to fix care, but
they want you to be like you were before. And that it doesn't work that way too. And it's just, that's something we have to understand too, about giving each other grace too. And, and our vulnerable emotions can make other people uncomfortable when they've learned to shut them down and to hide them and to cover them up, right? Because we've all got the mask on or the armor on too, like that. It triggers that discomfort inside of them. They don't know what to do with that, so they're trying to find a way to, and that's understandable. It's very, very understandable, but sometimes it just doesn't help, And so sometimes it's like, it doesn't help me if someone says, oh, just let it go. Just let it go. Like, in the moment, I can't. In the moment, I'm processing. In the moment, I'm grieving. And it doesn't help me. I can't get to that step when I have these in-between steps I need to move through first. And even though it's well-intentioned, it doesn't help. And so sometimes it's like, well, this isn't helping, And so, like, coming back to what you said, Nancy, sometimes the best help is, what can I do for you? How can I help? What do you need?
Yep.
I love you. I'm thinking of you. I'm here for you, and really be here for them too.
Yeah. Right. You don't have to do anything. Just be there.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we're taught, and we talked about this before. We were taught as kids, stop crying, like, get over it. Like, don't be in your feelings. Just knock it off,
Yeah.
Seen, but what is it? Be seen but not heard, or however that saying goes.
But that means don't be seen either. Make yourself invisible.
Yeah. And Kim, you talked about that Lucy came to you right away in your dreams, and that's quite beautiful. And others might be thinking, well, why don't my people come here right away? I don't know the answer to that, but I will tell you, when my mom passed away, to me, it wasn't, I didn't think that was going to happen. So I sat there going, what just happened? Like, I didn't even get to hug her. I didn't even get to say goodbye. And that very night, she came through and wrapped her arms around me and gave me the biggest hug. It was just like, what just happened here? Like, I knew it wasn't just a dream. It was, like, actually really happening. So, like, freaking phenomenal, right? Like, just what we needed.
That is phenomenal. Yeah. That
like,
is.
I even, like, pushed back a little bit, even though I knew it was her, and the smile on her face, like, it's incredible.
Yeah. It is. I know sometimes we're so taken aback by spiritual phenomena that we don't always know. Like, we're like, oh, it can be a little scary because we're not used to that intensity of emotion and energy in our touching our system like that too. And then you're just like, whoa.
I woke up with the biggest smile on my face, and I just felt nothing but pure love in that moment. It was incredible.
Yeah.
I have so many stories like that. It was just incredible. It was so beautiful.
I love it. I'm getting this vision, and I don't know who this goes for. This is just a suggestion of, like, how we can maybe bring our loved ones closer if we haven't felt them, or if somebody's done this. But it's like, like painting rocks, things like that, doing something creative, sort of in honor of your loved one or in remembrance of your loved one. But there's something about that that just showed up in my awareness that I felt like I needed to verbalize. And there's, like, something about that, like, because it's healthy and healing. So it's like, if you're like, oh, well, my mom hasn't come to visit me and hug me yet, like, why? And it doesn't mean that they're not there, but it might be that the grief is so heavy in the moment, it's hard to have the experience. But then find a way, a little creative flow, a way to get your mind into something else, and then it might help open a door. So I just wanted to put that out there too.
Yeah, that's
Let's
beautiful.
see here. Okay.
And it comes in very, you know, I really want everyone to keep something in mind. It's a very subtle gesture. We're waiting for these big grand gestures to happen, some electrical light show to happen, something to move across the room. It is so subtle. It is so soft that you can miss it if you're not paying attention. But it comes in that gentle. I think I heard James Van Praagh talk about it's almost like putting your hand out very gently and having a bird land on you versus trying to go like this to grab it. It's just so gentle. It's so subtle.
Very true. They don't want to scare you. Yeah. So it might just be a little brush because they don't want to scare you and startle you and have you think something, bad is happening too. But if you're really open to it, you might get the light show, which is pretty fabulous for us mediums. We like these kinds of things. Yes. Knock on my wall loud, really loud. Dim my lights, turn my TV on by itself. Yes. Yep. Show me what you got, spirit.
I told you I still have a gentleman. Like almost every other night, I still smell the cigarette smoke. It's I don't know who's visiting me, but
I know. It's like, hello. Yeah. Evelyn's saying, "Oh, Nancy, that's beautiful." It is really beautiful. That subtle softness. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, too.
Yeah.
I was told by a kid, "Stop crying, wimp, or I'll give you something." Yeah, that's just terrible. Not okay. Sorry, not okay. And this is not saying anything bad about your parents. It's the behavior is not okay. These are learned behaviors. The people, that's a different story. The behavior is not okay. No. So I'm so sorry that you went through that too. But this is systemic, and I do believe we need to change it. We need to teach emotional intelligence to children, but that means the adults have to learn it too. Yeah. So it's really important. Our future is dependent upon how we treat our children and because how they grow up, how securely attached they are to their family systems and their community will affect how they feel about themselves when they grow up. Yeah. And sorry, this is strong Jennifer here. Like I got something to say about this, right? And if we can heal our stuff, preferably before we get married and have kids, then we have so much more to offer them too. But we can do it anytime. We can choose to grow. We can choose to do better now, and that will make a difference moving forward as well too. It's just what happens is this creates. Oh gosh. I'm sorry, I got all triggered by that. It's not okay. It's just it sets us up for a lot of issues, and
it does. And Jennifer, you talked about it's nothing bad against the parents, and it's not. It's very generational. Back in that generation, those of us who are a little bit older, that was the saying. You were expected to behave as children because it made the parents look bad because their parents taught them that that's how it's supposed to look. Right. We weren't allowed to go to our grandmother's house. There was 4 of us girls, and we had to sit on that couch in our pretty little dress with our pretty little bows on, and we needed to behave and be still and be quiet and God forbid, do not touch anything. There was no child-proofing. My grandmother had statues all over her house. Sit there and don't touch anything and be quiet.
Yeah.
Generational.
Yeah. It is. Again, it's not about blame. It's how it was, but it also just doesn't make it okay. So we can honor that it's not about blame. It's just about let's do better. Let's just all do better. And yes, being a parent is very challenging and very rewarding. So it's absolutely is a very hard job. Nobody's perfect at it. Every parent's going to make a mistake and wish they had done something better. I care about the kids so much and I know that they are the future generation. So how we treat them and how we raise them, it matters, and it makes they won't have to go through so much healing. It's they have more time. They have more time. Yeah. Yep. And I want better for everybody. I really do.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot. I mean, every generation, the mood changes, the instruction, the invisible instructions change.
Yeah. I attachment parented my kid, very Dr. Sears. It was, a little bit newer, but I'm really happy I did that. It's so even though they've been through some hard things, they're pretty successful in life, and I'm happy about that. So I was like, well, something I did right, something I did well.
Yeah. I mean, if we could be even just the slightest bit mindful of knowing what worked in our childhood and what didn't, and be that parent, that's a bonus right there. If you could recognize, I don't really think when it was done this way that really was the right way to do it. So I'm going to do it this way. We want better for our kids always.
Yeah.
Our parents want better too for us, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you're a great mom too, Nancy. And I think we do try to get better each generation too. So I do believe that too. And I think the kids now today are just, whoa.
Oh, we disappeared.
We disappeared. Poof. I think the kids, see, there's a spirit phenomenon. The kids today are just amazing, and they will change the world so much for the better too. And you remind me of a funny story. Oops, that was me. Oh, it wasn't spirit. Darn it.
I know. Darn it.
It's so feminine. Spirit I remember I was. This is when I was an adult but younger. I won't say what age. And we were buying fireworks and at the fireworks stand, and there was this one guy, and he had his young kid there, and he was buying the big box of fireworks, and he's like, when I was a kid, my dad bought me this little tiny box of fireworks, and I always wanted that big, so he was buying the big box of fireworks for his kid, but it was for him too.
Of course it was. It was probably all for him. That's a great story.
But this is where we do better. Like, you get the big box.
Hey, whatever that looks like. That's great.
Get the big box of fireworks. You only live once.
Somebody said we just had a pink out. I love that. Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. So Stephen, I hope I didn't get too upset with your comment too. I wanted to honor you and say I'm sorry that you went through that too, and give you love. So yeah. And because sometimes we try our best to rationalize things and explain things, and sometimes we just need to hear that wasn't okay. You didn't deserve to go through that. You didn't deserve to go through that, and that can help just to have it seen. Yeah. Kelly's saying, I believe most families are evolving little by little, but it's rough as we all grow. Thank God we are growing. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Everyone's doing the best that they can. There's so many different challenges. You have both parents just surviving that have to work. Back in the day too, in the older generations, mom could possibly stay home. Things were a little bit differently structured where, people are not only working one job, 2-household family, but they're working more than one job. So the time and the time spent with the kids may not still be the greatest, trying to cram in and help them with their homework. I mean, I just spent 20 minutes before coming on the show because I knew my son needed help with his homework. You try to juggle and do everything that you possibly can. We don't have a lot of time in our day. It feels like we're going from one thing to another. And then sometimes, by the time my head hits the pillow, gosh, did I not do enough? Did I not spend enough time here? Did I not give my son what he needed today? And we feel guilty, but we're really
usually if you're asking that question, it means you're doing a good job. So if you're asking yourself that question, that means you're doing a really good job, Nancy. That means you're a good mom.
It's hard though. I mean, we all scrutinize ourselves, right?
It's very stressful. It's very stressful. And when we're running on stress, hard economic times, uncertainty in the world and things like that too, our cortisol levels are really high. And that will make us more reactive and less tolerant and less patient. So we have to learn to manage our stress as well, for sure.
Can we talk about one other quick thing here? Because I know we're talking a lot about visitations. I have my theory of what I think a visitation is versus a dream. Do you want to maybe share your thought on that, Jennifer?
Sure.
So a visitation versus just you're having a dream. What do you?
Yeah. So what I would offer with that, I'm not an expert in this too. Some people say how usually the dream is more vivid if it's a visitation. And sometimes people will have dreams about their loved one, but they say like their loved one isn't really paying attention to them or isn't saying something or something like that. So if there's any level of like negativity there or something like that, even negativity could just mean like your loved one's there but not even paying attention to you kind of thing. That's your subconscious mind probably working out something from the past too. But if it's positive and has maybe a symbolic essence to it, that's probably a visitation. I haven't had a whole lot of this happen to me. I had one dream where I was in this house but I was like on the top floor, but then it was all water, which, the emotion. So it was all very symbolic, but my grandfather was like rowing a boat towards me. So he was visiting me. I woke up before I had any further interaction with him, but that was a visitation, because he was like rowing a boat towards me. He was like coming to me. So I knew he was there, but that's what made it clear for me. It was so I understood the symbolicness of the house, the structure, the water, but then there he was. And I was like, wow. But some people would be like, oh, my loved one was there, but they were arguing with me or they said something mean to me. Like, that's not a visitation. That's just your subconscious mind probably working out issues of the past too. And that's okay too. That's what dreams are for. They help you work out your stuff. So that's good.
That's beautiful. I agree. Firstly, I would like to say, if you are wanting a visitation, I tend to, when I go to sleep at night, that's where I tend to talk to my people and kind of put the intention out. Don't get discouraged if it's not happening. Like, we don't know the rhyme or reasoning. They're busy on the other side. They're doing all kinds of, there's school on the other side. There's earth school. They're doing their thing. So don't be discouraged by that. I kind of feel very similar. I feel like our subconscious kind of creates these dreamlands for us, especially when it could be something scary. It could be something in our subconscious that might be bothering us, and it could come out in other ways in a dream. For me personally, every time I had a visitation, it was just a knowing that I knew it was a visitation, the way it felt, the way it looked. The way the interaction happened, I knew it was a visitation. So kind of use your intuition as well when you're trying to discern like what just happened here. And I think you'll get that. I think you'll get the answer and you'll know.
I love that. Perfect. Yeah. Alethea, what a pretty name, Alethea Pope. I dream about all my loved ones that they have passed on. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's
very beautiful. Yeah. It's all a dream, isn't
it? I see my grandmother in my dreams also. They have school in heaven. Absolutely. They're still learning. Their souls are
so cool.
Their souls are still evolving on the other side. We're constantly going to school. Never ends. Never ends. Absolutely.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Don't we just get to know it all, Nancy?
And Kay Weezy, you have a whole team, I feel, and I know I've read for you before. You have a whole team really cheerleading and rooting you on, like especially with your music. And that is your special gift, is your music. So continue to do that, because I think it not only do you enjoy doing it, but it also takes you to a place of serenity. And it actually taps into your very conscious mind about what you want to create, who you want to be. And it's a very familiar, comfortable place for you because you're kind of, what do they call it? Like you're getting a deja vu, like of what your soul has already been through. So there's a really strong connection there with the music for you, KBZ. So keep doing that. Absolutely.
I love that. Sorry for your loss of your grandmother, Kay Weezy. Hope you're doing okay. I love music.
Jennifer McCormick, I also meet with my loved ones in dream state. I've wakened still feeling the touch of my love holding my hand. Love that. So
I know.
beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know if all people realize that if you have a beloved that's passed on, it's like you can still keep your romance alive with them too. You can still experience their energy, feel their love, feel their passion, all of that too. And so just be open to it, and then like you can wake up and have them holding your hand. And, I as a medium, like, I meet some people in heaven and they still got the hots for the one that I'm reading for here. And I'm like, woo. Woo. It's like, oh my, and so that doesn't go away, folks. And so I remember as we were at one of our farmer demonstrations, and I told one of the ladies, afterwards, I whispered in her ear, I'm like, you can still have romance with your spouse, and she goes, that's the kind of reading I want.
Oh boy.
Hi, Karen.
Limitless.
It's definitely
that is the word of the night.
But people need to know these things. Limitless.
You're going to make sure they know too. I love that.
I was doing, well, since it's after hours and we've gone there, I was doing a group reading for a group of church ladies, but it's not that kind of, it's a very open-minded group, right? And so I'm doing the group reading and I'm like reading for this lady and her husband's coming through and all of these ladies know each other. So it's okay. And I'm like, he really loves you. Like, he really, really loves you. And you can keep your love alive, So I'm telling her I'm trying to be very, and I'm blushing and she goes, yeah, we have sex.
Oh boy.
In front of everybody. And I'm like,
she was on the same page.
And she just came right out and said it. And I'm like, that a girl.
That's my girl.
Oh my gosh. This is an after-hour show. So there we go. Jennifer's great.
We're fashionably something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is.
Anyways. Jennifer, you've blushed giving Jennifer McCormick's.
We hope so.
Well, God bless that passion and romance stays alive across worlds. So that's a gift from God for sure. So, all right, we've raised the frequency, everybody, right? So there we go.
Oh, I love that.
All right, mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyone want to add anything to Okay.
Thank you, Karen. Karen just came in to join us. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw. I was blessed to spend time with her earlier, so that was really nice. It was a beautiful container that we all held together too. I loved the energy of that. We were feeling so it was very blissful. It was a very blissful experience.
Stephen talked about has lucid dreams. When I focus on my mediumship gifts, I astral project. Oh,
wow!
I love
yeah, that's
that.
really cool. I do
feel
not
like
do
we
a
don't
lot
talk
of that.
about that enough because that does happen in our dreams. Isn't that what we're doing? Yeah. Like when we can go to another place. Are we doing that in our dreams? astral project?
I think when we astral project, we're very aware that we're in our body and out of our body and kind of bilocating at two places at one time. So there has to be a certain amount of lucidity to that. Again, I'm not an expert, so forgive me if I'm wrong or if I say something wrong here too. But yeah, when we're astral projecting, you literally is kind of like having an out of body experience, yet you're still tethered, or you'd be dead. Sorry, but you're having kind of an out of body experience too. So astral projection is like consciously being aware that you do that, so you could potentially move yourself into another space that you want to go in, and things like that too. It's not something I've learned how to do yet, but I'm interested. I'm interested.
What does
So
it
that's
mean?
really
What
cool,
does it mean when
Stephen.
you feel like you're falling? Like some might say that you're going back into your body, like the falling thing. What is that all about? I mean, again, we're
Yeah,
not.
people dream like they're being chased, or they dream like they're falling. A lot of these are just like our kind of like our hidden fears coming up, and they manifest. People have all kinds of weird dreams too. A lot of times we dreams of houses, our cars, things like that. And because those are like symbols of the self. So if we're going through a big life transition or stage, you may dream like that, like I had a dream my house was on fire many years ago, my childhood home, but I was going through a big life change at the time. Or I'll dream I can't find my car. I'm looking all over for my car or something like that. So that has to do with myself and my own transformation of self identity and things like that. I've had dreams where like puppies or kittens or birds, and I'm trying to grab them all and save them and get them. They're all going crazy, and I need to put them back where they're supposed to be. And I'm like, oh, that's probably all my emotion gone wild.
Wow. I know there's some crazy
Yeah.
things we can have.
Yeah. So especially when we're more stressed out, going through transformation, moving into different phases and things like that too. So it can get kind of wild.
I've had a reoccurring dream. I haven't had it for quite some time, but it went on for years and years. But I had this reoccurring dream, and I've known my husband since high school, but that we didn't end up together. And I would literally, in my dream, I would be trying to call him on the old rotary phones, and I couldn't do the numbers. I couldn't figure out how to do the numbers, and I couldn't get him on the phone to find him. This went on for years and years.
That is interesting. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but that is super interesting.
And I wake up and he's right beside me.
Wow, that is interesting. Yeah. Jennifer's saying here too about dreams too. It was interesting. We go to the astral realm during sleep. Apparently, sleep is the cousin of death, like a mini death, Bashar says. That makes sense. I often jerk before I fall asleep. It used to freak my partner out. So that's called a myoclonic jerk. That's actually very normal that we all kind of do that right before. I forget why we do that, but that's what it's called. It's called a myoclonic jerk. Wow. That we do. And you're right. We kind of die every night. We go to sleep and then we wake up. Sometimes I'll just say goodbye to, I'm like, bye, old me. I'm going to wake up a new me, because I symbolically know that I'm dying in a different way. So death is just transition. Death is just change. Too, but she's right. So that kind of in between, and I think that's the space people are going to when they have NDEs too. So because when if they're all the way past crossed over, they're not going to come back, right? But because of the space, because some people have a really happy experience, and some people go into this dark void of nothingness, and then some people go into kind of like a hellish experience as very dark and scary too. So that tells me we're not all the way in spirit world, but we're definitely, like Jennifer would say, like the cousin of death, and like a mini death, kind of an in-between kind of space. But this is going to be, we're in the realm of the unconscious, working something out, making some kind of big, huge shift, and then how we're going to come back and live our lives after that too. So it's super interesting. Not an expert. If I got it wrong, sorry, don't get mad at me, everybody. But that's kind of how I see it there.
Wow. Does anyone ever feel like it hurts to sleep? And I don't mean like in a physical way. Like this might be really far out there, but I almost feel like when I sleep, it hurts. Even upon the wake up, I feel like it hurts to sleep, but it's not like your physically bones are hurting. I don't know. There's something so heavy about it that it feels like it hurts. Is that unusual?
Well, I think I get it. So I could be wrong, but I'll give you the best I got, Nancy. Is we experience this heavy trance-like energy, and it can when we're sort of falling asleep and waking up. And so we go through trance-like altered states all day long. We could say that this 3D reality is just a slow, dense trance state that we're in that feels very solid, but isn't. This is a dream where, and so becoming awakened, spiritually awakened, is just being lucid in this dream, in this reality, right? But what I have noticed is that when we go to sleep and we're the before and the after is when we're the most vulnerable. The personality, the ego mind, the protection mechanisms, they all kind of go to bed too. Very vulnerable, very childlike and innocent almost. And that can be very uncomfortable, and then we're kind of feeling the sort of the heavy trance light energy, and we're not used to that too. I would think maybe try trance, meditations or trance, going into some deeper altered states with sitting in the power with your meditations. And that would help you to kind of get used to that sort of soupy, heavier, denser kind of trance energy. But it's actually the power is super strong. So that might help too. But also the other suggestion I would have is those would be times to be a mother to yourself, to do like the inner work with yourself too. So that's when I talk to myself, I work stuff out, so that the vulnerable part of me that's now most apparent is being kind of held and protected. Does that make sense? Does that land?
It really does. It does. It's just a heavy feeling. Yeah.
And so vulnerability is very scary. We're not used to it because, like we were talking about earlier, we were taught that that's not okay. Vulnerability is one of the most frightening things for most people. And that's why we see, like I was talking with Karen earlier today, that's why we see people doing all of these behaviors to try to protect their vulnerability and hide their vulnerability. So it can feel very uncomfortable, but that actually would be probably the safest time for you to come in touch with it and make friends with it too.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, boy, we've been all over the place.
I know, we sure have, but we always are. It's always that way too. Y'all thought we were going to just be talking about Chanel,
fashion. Don't get it wrong. We do love to talk about those things.
So, all right. Let's see. Any other comments that we need to acknowledge here too? Let's see here. Similar to an out of body. Thank you, Jennifer. She's probably got a little bit more info on that too. My body jerks too when falling asleep. So when I'm finishing, I jump back as if I'm falling asleep. Yep, it's a normal biological thing. Yeah. I woke up with scratches on me, and I went to sleep many times in life.
Wow. Okay.
Not back asleep, falling back into my body. I meant, yeah.
Okay.
Some people can also, they have that feeling like they're paralyzed when they wake up, and they feel, and that's when they get so freaked out that they think that they're being attacked by like a dark entity. This is very common all the way back in biblical times. And so what's happening is, this especially happens when we're under stress, is the mind and the body aren't quite in sync. So you've woken up in your brain, but your body hasn't synced up to being awake yet. And so you can't quite yet move. And so here we are praising Jesus, praying to Jesus, saving me, because you feel like this entity is like on top, you know what I mean? And basically it ends as soon as your body and brain come back in sync. Yeah, the sleep paralysis. So there is a reason why this happens. And typically it will happen when we're under more stress. So managing stress is important as well too. Managing stress, having enough support systems, taking care of your physical health, all that's important too.
Agree.
Yeah.
And with technology and the times that we're in right now, more often than not, I feel like the majority of us have our devices. We're watching, things on our phone right before sleep. Like that is so much stimulation. And, even having our phones right near us when we go to bed, also not the greatest idea either. So there is a way that we can even make it a little bit more serene for ourselves and maybe less chaotic of what's going on in our mind, having some of these crazy dreams, right?
Those phones are big dopamine addictions. It's not so good. And then the cortisol too. We get all stressed out. We read something. And our cortisol spikes, and then we're up at 2 a.m. wondering why we can't sleep. So that's something to be mindful of. You're right.
Yeah. Some of us might be listening to crime podcasts while we have all of our lights off trying to go to bed.
I
have some frightening dreams.
I don't recommend watching scary movies or scary TV shows right before you go to bed because they pop right into the subconscious mind and create all kinds of fun things happening for you. I recommend doing that earlier in the day. And so you have, at least maybe in the evening around dinner time, and then you have a couple hours to get something nice, into your brain before you. Don't recommend that.
Not at all. Oh
maybe a nice Hallmark movie, Nancy, or watch a documentary. That'll put you to sleep in no time.
And other times I will do what is it, the 963 frequency music. I'll kind of have that on in the background while I'm trying to go to sleep. So those are really fun dreams that I have when I do that, because then a spirit comes in and does all kinds of stuff, and I see faces and
how fun. I love that. Cool. Looks like Ed Odell just showed up. Hi, Ed. He's like, I made it. Woohoo. We're going to leave soon, but we're happy you're here. So everybody, Ed is the host of the Riff Nation Network too. Super cool guy. So go check him out on the Riff Nation Network. Does a lot of cool paranormal shows if you're into that, and loves to do like explorations of all kinds of things. So definitely please check him out and give him a follow, everybody. So as my friend Ed, Tip Top Hat, he wears this cool steampunk hat when he does his shows on Sundays too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We should probably go over really quick before we leave everyone. What do we have upcoming? What's happening this week? I will kind of just kick it off really quickly here. This Friday, correct me if I'm wrong, Jennifer. So the East Grinston community, Kelly and I will be tag teaming. We will be the guest medium this upcoming Friday, which is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time?
Yes, that's correct.
11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the UK, it is 6 p.m.?
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Right.
Okay.
I will be, and I will be on Embracing Infinity with Nadia Barami. We're going to be talking about becoming unstoppable. And then Saturday we have messages from the Enchanted Realms as well. So fairies and dragons and angels, oh my. So that's a lot of fun. Anything else on your end, Nancy?
I think that is it. I know Kelly's probably there's other shows in between coming up. So just stay on the Sacred Spiral Network and you will not miss
There we go. Yeah, we got lots of new shows too that Kelly's putting on as well. So there's going to be some tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as well too. Our For the Love of Spirit Sunday service will be resuming on February 1st, which Nancy and Kelly are both a part of, as well as Fran Pierce and Stacia Cherry, and Shannon Rattay, our angel messenger, will be our first guest medium on that day too. That's at 10 a.m. Pacific. So we're looking forward to starting up Sunday service again as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. And let's see if there's anything else. I'm sure there's something. It's just hard to keep track of it all.
Thank you, Ed. He said to see the I can't get the words out. Sacral Network grow in the 2 years has been so joyful, hasn't it? It's just awesome into not only the shows, but the big, beautiful community that has also grown from it is quite incredible as well.
Yeah, it shows, when you have loving people and a supportive community, this expansive effect that happens. It's like watching it before my eyes, and I'm just like, wow, that actually works. Like that, look, it's right there. So what happens? So love attracts to love. So it's quite beautiful. So Kelly's doing a great job. Hats off to Kelly too. Over 20 shows now. That's a lot. She's
Wow.
powerhouse.
Wow. Incredible.
So yeah, I think we're about at time. We've been chatting about all kinds of things for
A to Z.
Thank you, Jeffrey,
for being with us tonight. Like,
yeah,
we love coming together and talking about what could be on everybody else's mind. So thank you for engaging with us. Thank you for all of your comments, your suggestions, your interaction with us. It's been amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to Kelly. Much love to everybody. We will be back next month on Fashionably Spiritual as well. Looking forward to that, and to please be well, everybody. Take good care of yourselves. Give yourself lots of love. The more love we give ourselves, the more love we have to spread to the world as well too. So thank you all for sharing and being vulnerable, and all of the support you've given each other over there in the comments. So it's beautiful to watch that. So thank you.
Yep.
So
you are seen and you are heard, and we love you all. So thank you.
I think we did it. All right. Now, our friends in the UK, go to bed. It's late.
Yes, go to bed. Go to bed right now. Go to your room.
Grab your chamomile tea. Go hug your teddy bear. Go to bed.
Go have those amazing dreams.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Lots of love to you. Bye. See you next time.
Everyone.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. We love you all.
Love you too.
Bye.